Welcome back to Mixed Bag Fishing. Now that we've got the leather jacket all prepared, we're going to show you the method, a pretty simple method on how to cook it. So this has been skinned and gutted and ready to go, and what we're going to do is dredge it in flour, like a seasoned flour, just salt and pepper is enough, and we cook it whole, so on the bone, getting all that beautiful texture from the working cartilage that the leather jacket's so beautiful for. So we just dredge it in a little bit of flour, pan over the heat. I like cast iron, bit of oil, a little bit of butter. Once it starts foaming, just get rid of the excess flour from the leather jacket. You can see I've floured it inside and out, covered well, and then foaming butter in a pan. Once it's foaming, just place it straight in. And what we're going to do is we're going to keep that butter foaming. So what we don't want it to go too brown, we don't want it to burn. It's a temperature control thing, but it's also this butter, we're not going to throw it out. This is part of the sauce. So we just keep that just ticking over. And what we do is if it goes too brown, just drop a touch more butter in. So with the leather jacket, this isn't a quick fry. This is something you want to cook so the heat gets into the bone. So what I try and do is have that temperature regulated. So again, or if you've got access to an oven, I love just cooking everything on a grill. It's just simple and easy. So what you want to do is regulate it and not have it too high a temperature so that the heat goes all the way through to the bone. So take it easy. With this leather jacket, we'd already floured it. I'm just going to show you how quick and simple it is to dredge. It's important to make sure that you do this properly. So otherwise too much flour affects the sauce and not enough doesn't protect the meat. So you've got to make sure you're covering it nicely in a contained bowl is how I do it, so it doesn't go all over yourself and the floor. And just shake it or tap it so that all the excess is off as well. With the scores as well, you need to make sure that some of it goes into the scores. So I've had this leather jacket in here now for probably 5 minutes. I've thrown the cheek in, same idea, just cook one side predominantly. So 5 or 6 minutes on one side. We're just going to flip it over. You can see it's not like a fried piece of fish. It's just gently cooked in this foaming butter. It's almost like, the technique is à la manière, which is you use it with flounder through Europe, or you cook steaks like that as well. Any white meat cooks really well in this method, just a light foaming butter. It's pretty easy to tell when it's cooked because the flesh starts to retracting off the bone. Don't be too scared, as I said, of overcooking it at this gentle heat. It's better than under because it's quite tough if it's undercooked. This butter, like I said, is part of the sauce, so it's very important. So we're actually going to lift this out and plate it straight up. That's our little cheek. And then we finish this sauce. So this butter, which has all the flavor of the bone from the leather jacket, we're just going to bring that up to temperature a little bit. And as I said, it's meuniere, so generally it's like a bread crouton, but for me I just use lemons, parsley and capers. Then I add that to the butter. Once it's back up to temperature and starting to get a little bit brown, dump the lot in. What's going to happen is the juice from the lemon is going to stop that cooking. The capers fry up a little bit and it becomes this beautiful sauce. You've already got the salt on the fish, obviously with the dredge. Bring that together, and then we're just going to dress it. So it's a quick and easy recipe or method for leather jacket, which is just absolutely beautiful eating.